Okay, go.
Hey everybody, this is Micah,
Hey, it's Katie.
and you're listening to another episode of Jib Jab Talk.
Woo!
Today we're going to be talking about some stuff that you might not want to hear about, but we're going to tell you anyway.
Why?
That's about what we do for a living.
Yeah, we're always talking about how we don't get paid for this podcast. And it's true. We don't. It's out of the kindness of our hearts. And because we like doing it. And because we got the time to do it sometimes. So we do it.
Yeah, so I mean, something's got to pay the bills around here. So what do you, okay, so I know you're a surgical technician, but I mean, what exactly does that entail?
Okay.
How busy are you?
So here is my official title. Is everybody ready? Here we go. I am a certified surgical first assistant. That's my title. CSFA. So what it is I started off as a surgical tech. And for those who don't know what a surgical tech is, if you're ever watching like the doctor shows or whatever type of crappy little doctor show you watch, Grey's Anatomy, either way, it's the person who's always hanging out kind of distant from the doctor a little bit, maybe like a foot over, who's handing him all the instruments and stuff that they don't really talk to on the shows, but in real life they talk to all the time because we're the ones helping them with the surgery. That's us. That's where the surgical tech is. Now, that's how I started, and I still do that job as well. However, as a first assistant, I am a person who now stands across from the doctor, and I help him with the surgeries. And pretty much I can do anything that the doctor allows me to do under his supervision. So.
Oh, for real?
Yes, okay. And I can staple things, I can sew things, I can manipulate tissue. As a surgical technologist, you are not supposed to manipulate tissue in any way, which means you can't cut, sew, Bovie tissue, which means like using the electrocautery that you guys see, the bzz, little buzz thing on TV, in order to use it on the tissue. But as a first assist, I am allowed to do that stuff. And there's other things that go along with the job, but that's the easiest way that I'm able to tell you.
Well, dang, so, I mean, I thought you just come back, I ain't no instruments to the doctor, but okay.
No, but I mean, there's other things involved around the OR and whatnot. Yes, I work in an OR. We can be used in different capacities as well. But yes, I work in an operating room. And it's at a wonderful place that I really like, actually. And I'm kind of surprised that I like it so much.
How's the day-to-day stuff for you? I mean, is it like it's always busy, or is it like, is it closer to ER or is it closer to Scrubs?
It's closer to Scrubs, let's be honest.
All right.
But even though you watch Scrubs, they don't give the whole aspect of the OR. We're kind of the people that you never see. We're always there, but you don't see us because we're behind locked doors. We're not the part of the hospital that people are allowed in unless you are having surgery. So I feel like I have on like my serious voice. Do I sound more serious?
It's the section that most people don't go into.
Okay, yeah, but do I sound more serious right now? I feel like I'm talking a little more serious.
You do sound it's okay, you sound more serious.
I just got super serious on this. Yeah, but it is. You're not allowed back there unless you're a patient. And so a lot of people don't see us. We're the ones that, if you are in the outer part of the hospital, we're the ones that you may see that wear hats all the time in green scrubs. Some places wear different scrubs, but majority of us wear green. And yeah, you're the ones you'll see where we're walking around with hats on and don't really make eye contact with anyone because we don't know where the rest of the hospital is except for the cafeteria. So don't ask us anything. We don't know where it's at.
You always got those shoe booties on?
Yeah, you take those off because, you're not allowed to wear shoe booties. Shoe booties keep your shoes from getting all gross and nasty, and nobody wants blood and guts walking around the OR or the rest of the hospital because people aren't trying to see that in the cafeteria. Yes, it is true. We can be knee deep in some guts, some poop, unfortunately, are some things we see. And when somebody says go take a break, we go and we eat because you may not get another break. So those type of things, nastiness, does not affect us whatsoever. We have stomachs of steel.
What's the longest surgery you've ever been involved with?
I can't tell you the longest surgery because some surgeries last all day still, which for me all day may be like 10 hours, 12 hours. But the thing is that you do get breaks. Most of the time you'll get breaks. So, and your shift will be over at a certain amount of time unless you're on call. And call is a whole nother beast, people. Now, if you want to know how long I've been at a hospital for call, my record for that has been 22 hours straight. So, and then I went home and I slept for about 3 hours and I got back up to go back to work again. So those are type of things that happen in the OR. Yeah.
Okay.
OR life.
So you never been in one of those where it's like the doctor's been in surgery for 24 hours removing a brain or something, removing like a tumor or something. Like they have people that come in and switch out, like.
Yeah, you're gonna get a time where you get a break because the body itself. I'm gonna have to pee at some point in time in my life, and somebody's gonna have to come get me. And don't think that the doctors are always there throughout the entire surgery either. If they need to stop and go pee or something, they will stop at a safe point and go to the bathroom. So,
all right, because I always wondered that. I'm like,
no, people aren't just standing there forever. That's a bunch of baloney. Hours and hours. Sometimes you wait until your bladder is about to burst before you can hit a spot, but then you're just like, get somebody in here right now, I got to go. So, it happens.
All right, well, now I have to follow that with my job.
All right, so what is your official title, Micah Harris?
My official title is IT Operational Specialist.
All right, that sounds very important. What do you do?
I do IT support for a German fashion company. That entails imaging laptops. That means getting laptops ready for people to use, putting the profiles on there.
Can I stop you right there first?
Yeah.
Can you tell the people where your company sent you so that you can get training?
So my company sent me to Germany because that's where our main office is.
For how long?
I was there for about a week and a half.
Okay, and this man didn't get a layover flight, okay? He got a direct flight from the United States over to Germany, which most of us cannot afford, all right? I looked it up because I was going to join him, and that's about a $2,000 flight. Just saying, this is a nice company, okay? Carry on. Laptops.
All right. Sadly enough, I hate to say it. So, that flight only cost $800.
What? No, there's no way.
Yeah, I don't know how they got it. I guess it was like a miracle because they bought it probably about a month before I left.
I totally looked it up, and that thing was expensive. And I was trying to get one that hopped over from Ireland to London, and that thing was that was the $800 ticket.
No, it was $800 straight from Atlanta to Dusseldorf, Germany.
You know what? Maybe it's because you're coming straight from Atlanta. See, I had to go from Tampa to New York to Ireland to London. Oh, I hate it. One of these days.
Yeah, okay. So it means imaging laptops, putting profiles on laptops, putting office suites on there.
What do you mean profiles on laptops? What does that mean?
So it means, you know how if you log into a laptop, so a lot of companies have a server, and it pushes what programs they want on that laptop. They have it set up to where nothing else can be put on that laptop except for what they want on there. So it means if you set it up correctly, they push Office products on there. They'll push, Teams, Adobe's, different kind of things, and it's the profile set up to where it's set up so that way you're not downloading all these programs one by one.
Oh, so it's just work ready.
Yeah, just push it. So pretty much all you do is hand the laptop to the person. They connect to the server, which is usually just, we do that in the office. They log in with their password. It's connected to the server, so automatically it brings up, and it starts, bringing their emails and everything up that they have. If they're a new employee, it does that. Besides that, the main focus of my job is, so we have MMs, mobile merchandisers, who go into the stores that we work with, which is like CVS, Old Navy, some other stores that are like over on the West Coast. I can't remember their name is now. They go in, they set up the product, they scan it. So they have these devices, which are at this point right now they're iPhone 6s. We're getting ready to upgrade to iPhone SEs.
Okay.
And then also they're inside these scanners. So we make sure the programs are working on the devices. If anything happens, they submit a ticket. We try to fix it over the phone or push out what needs to be done. If it can't, they have it sent back to us, and we fix it, and we send them out a new device.
Okay.
So pretty much what I'm doing is just making sure the devices work for them, making sure the devices are getting out to them in a timely manner, making sure I'm getting the devices back from them, because, we only have a limited number of devices. We're not going to go out and buy new devices every time somebody doesn't want to return one.
Radio.
So it's pretty much just that. And then besides that, we have an Atlanta office here, and then we have a German office. I work in the Atlanta office, so I take care of everything that's the United States based. So people that work in the Atlanta office, and then also the mobile merchandisers that are in the United States.
Okay.
That's from East Coast to West Coast. I don't have to work overtime, so the people on the West Coast kind of get gypped a little bit because we don't get to help them as much as they're 4 hours behind us.
Let me ask you this one question now, because we only literally this went by so fast. We only got 4 minutes. How was your job affected by COVID?
So a lot of the stores that the mobile merchandisers work in they were shut down for those 2 months, so they weren't able to go in. Now that really didn't affect my job because I was still supporting the people who work in the Atlanta office who were still able to work. And then they got kind of to the point where, after those 2 months, people were able to go in, wearing masks and everything. So it was kind of a slow period for them, but it really didn't stop for me.
All right, but you were able to work from your home, though, which is a little bit better, honestly, right?
Yeah, I'm still able to work from home. Yeah, I'm still doing that right now.
Yeah, exactly, and kind of beneficial for you. I like it a lot. I'll just say how my job was affected by COVID, not to cut you off or anything, but ours, they put it in where elective surgeries had to be cut off. So for probably, I think from March to about March, was it March? Yeah, March, April, until about May, we didn't have as many surgeries. We probably went to about 20% of doing the surgeries that we did do. However, we have a great employer, and they paid us our 40 hours no matter what, or whatever shift that we work. They paid us our pay no matter what. And that was one of the greatest things that anybody could have ever done for us. So I want to give a good shout out to my place of employment. I won't tell you guys where I work at because I don't need stalkers. Flattering, but I don't need stalkers.
I heard you on the podcast.
Exactly. But that was fantastic for them to do that, and it really helped a lot of families. So that's another one of the great things about my job is that they really do care about us over here, and I really do appreciate that. So, and they know who they are.
My job did something like that. They so when this was all happening, they got together and hey, okay, listen, guys, here's what we're going to do. For 2 months, we're going to either give you a day off during the week, or we're going to cut you by 30%, or we're going to have you work the entire week, but we're going to still cut your pay by 15%.
Okay.
And I did it for 2 months, and when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I'm not going out doing nothing. I'm not really spending money, so that didn't really affect me, and it helped out a lot. Now there was other stuff they're not going to have an end of the year party this year. There's not going to be any raises this year, which stinks. But in the end, I'd rather have a job than trying to get a raise out of it. And in the end, it helped because after that 2 months, everything came back to got rolling again, and we start getting a regular business. So that was good.
Exactly. So yeah, we're back to normal as well. Also, so big shout out to Micah's employer as well because you're helping us all to maintain, and we all appreciate that. So we got a minute left. This was fun. I really like this one. I know that we have a friend named Will. He's a barber, and he's ready for an interview as well. So perhaps next time we'll go out with a couple of interviews and ask him some stuff about how he got started and whatnot. So
yeah, that'd be good.
But you want to tell the people where they can reach us at?
Hey guys, you can always reach us at jibjabtalk@gmail.com. You can listen to the podcast on YouTube, Spotify. What am I missing here, Couture? Here we go.
YouTube, Spotify, Spreaker. You can message us at jibjabtalk@gmail.com.
Any questions, anything, comments, anything you want us to talk about, you can let us know. We're here. We'll keep coming up with ideas for ourselves, but if you got something you want to hear us talk about, go ahead and hit us up and we'll talk about it.
All right, everybody, have a good day. Peace. Peace,
See
love,
you later, guys.
and so.